This is Nate Hudson with Ozark Radio News and News Team 7. Today I'm speaking with Heather Fisher and Autumn Shirley from the Ozark Small Business Incubator. Coming up is Epic 23, a pretty big to-do with the Ozark Small Business Incubator, better known as OzSBI. So, Heather, what can you tell us about it?
Well, Epic is our National Small Business Week celebration, and this year we're doing it a little bit different. We're going to focus on the Eclipse. So our event is called actually Epic and Ozark's Eclipse Experience, and it'll be on May 11th and really be geared towards both businesses and communities and how they can gear up for this event. Even though it doesn't take place until April of 2024, there are lots of things that businesses and communities should do and can do to prepare their towns for it, and also find ways to attract tourists to their areas and to their businesses so they can really realize the economic potential. So not only is it just about the eclipse, it's also about some other things that are happening in our region.
So, from what I understand about this, you do have a speaker coming in who knows a little bit about doing an eclipse and how tourism works around that. Can you tell us about her?
Yeah. I'll take that one. Britt Kaufman is coming as our keynote speaker, and she was kind of the leading force behind the eclipse planning in Casper, Wyoming during the 2017 eclipse. She organized a huge marketing effort that really brought in a significant economic impact for that region, which is a fairly small town. She said that they brought in over 100,000 tourists from all over the country and from 142 countries around the world. Now, I don't know that that's going to be what we experience here in the Ozarks, but she's here to tell us how we can really get ready for that type of impact.
And when it comes to the tourism that's coming in, OzSBI's not the only one working on that. Is that correct?
Right. We really see our role as being the information and educational component to this. There are lots of different organizations.
We have our own Eclipse task force led by the City of West Plains and Melissa Wharton from the Tourism Department here in West Plains. And then there's also the Missouri State Eclipse Task Force, which Melissa and I are both a part of. There's all types of fantastic organizations trying to work together to really prepare us for the anticipated impact on this region.
And correct me if I'm wrong, this solar eclipse that we're going to be in the direct path of, that's going to be on April 8th of 2024. Is that correct? Do we know what time of the day that's supposed to come?
So April 8th, 2024 is a Monday of all days, which means it's perfect for a festival. We've arranged a 4-day Eclipse Festival here in West Plains. In West Plains, we will experience the full totality at about 12:53 p.m., give or take a couple of minutes there, because I don't have it exactly memorized, but we're going to have just over 3 minutes of complete darkness in the middle of the afternoon.
It'll be perfect for people taking their lunch break.
Right. Well, and not only is just West Plains in the path, but we have Willow Springs and Birch Tree, Van Buren, there, Koshkonong, Winona, Summersville. And so they will all experience different periods of darkness from 15 seconds to up to 4 minutes. So those communities, we really want to encourage them also to come to Epic so they can also find ways to create events and marketing and merchandising to really draw tourists to their area. So we hope they also participate on May 11th.
So is there anything else you would like to add on the topic of Epic 23?
Probably two things. One thing that I want to mention is that we'll also be sharing a media kit. So there is an Ozarks Eclipse media kit that is free to businesses, and part of Epic is to show them how they can use this and all the branding that they can do around that to really brand themselves as something someone should visit as part of the eclipse. And then I thought you might want to share about the tourism trifecta. I just like saying that.
So the Ozarks is going to experience what we're calling a tourism trifecta in the coming months. And it's really being kicked off actually this summer by the Smithsonian Folklife Festival in Washington, D.C. Every year they have a Folklife Festival, and it typically features a country. and they bring in all kinds of representatives from a particular country, and participants learn all about it. This year, it will be focused on the Ozarks. So we will be in the national spotlight, quite literally, on the mall in Washington, D.C. this summer from the end of June through the beginning of July. And one thing the Smithsonian is really good about is encouraging tourism to the areas that they focus. So they're going to be pointing tourists right here to the Ozarks. And part of that effort will be toward the Eclipse. There will be Eclipse material on the mall during the festival. So that's yet another push for tourists to this area. Then we do have the Eclipse in 2024, which is the second part of the trifecta. This is the last total solar eclipse that this region is going to experience for a generation, more than 100 years. So this is it for us. And then finally, in the following year, 2025, we have the 100-year anniversary of Route 66, which I'm told is the most popular road in the world, especially for international visitors to come visit. Now, Route 66 goes right through the Ozarks, so that's part 3 of the tourism trifecta. I know the Missouri Tourism Board is already gearing up for a lot of visitors for that.
All right. So for people that are looking to head over to Epic, it's going to be held on May 11th.
May 11th, it's from 10 to 5, and we're doing a session in the morning really geared towards chambers and cities, and how businesses and communities can prepare, the 13 all real truths they need to know. And then in the afternoon, we'll both have an astronomer talking about the event, what to expect, and we'll have Brooke Kaufman speak again for preparing your business for the eclipse and 7 strategies for success. And then we're going to roll out that media kit so people know what it is, how they can use it. And we'll be following up in June with a more in-depth workshop from the company called Hive Minded Marketing that created that media kit, and really showing step-by-step how businesses can use that branding to increase tourism visitors.
All right. Well, Heather, Ashley, it's been wonderful to get to speak with you. This is Nate Hudson with Ozark Radio News and News Team 7. If you want to learn more about the Ozark Small Business Incubator, visit OzSBI.com.